Peak week discussion. So whether you are prepping for a photo shoot, a wedding, a bodybuilding show, you want to be peaking for a specific day. On that day, you want your muscles round, you want them defined, you want them full, you want them popping, but you don't want any water retention because that's going to blur definition. So in this guide, this is the beginner's guide, I'm going to tell you specifically what to do with your diet, your training, your water, and your sodium. If you want to take diuretics, I cover that in the advanced and intermediate. So your body stores water in two ways. It stores water intracellularly, that's the water inside of your muscles, and then extracellularly, that's the water in between your muscle cells and your skin. You want the intracellular water because that's what's going to make your muscles look full and round and popping, but you don't want any extracellular water because that's what's going to blur definition. Just dehydrating yourself would be counterproductive because you basically look like a piece of beef jerky. So basically what you want to do is you want to load your muscles full of carbs, because remember, carbs are stored in muscles as glycogen. Every 1 gram of carbohydrate is stored in 3 grams of water, but you don't want any water retention. You don't want any of that extracellular water. So how do we do that? So let's say your show is on Saturday. What you'd want to do is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you want to be doing depletion workouts. That is to deplete your body of glycogen. These are going to be fast-paced, circuit-style training. You're basically doing high repetitions. You're going to be supersets, very, very fast-paced. You want to be depleting your body of all the glycogen. It is kind of the analogy of a sponge. When you deplete your muscles of all the glycogen, when you start the carb loading process, your glycogen storage enzymes are going to be through the roof, and you are going to freaking soak up those carbs like a sponge. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you basically deplete your body, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you basically refill your body with all those carbs. So the depletion workouts would be very, very high paced. It'd almost be like a bikini girl style workout. Again, you don't want to be doing these too intense because you don't want to damage the muscle, because you don't want to be looking tired and deflated and depleted on stage. So basically, nothing would be to failure. Just be very, very high repetitions, be lots of supersets. You know, be supersetting your chest and your back, supersetting your biceps and triceps, things like that. Very, very fast paced. As for diet, when you're doing the depletion workouts, it'd be very low carb. And then when you're done the depletion workouts, you'd be doing very high carb. It's very important to be sticking with food choices that digest very well, because you don't want to be feeling bloated or anything like that. For a lot of people, I recommend removing dairy, wheat, and soy, because a lot of people do have food sensitivities to those. Because remember, when you're on stage or when you're doing your photo shoot or on your wedding day, you obviously want to be, having great muscle definition, you don't want any water, but you also don't want to have a bloated stomach. You want to have a tight midsection. You want to also be feeling good. You want to be able to hitting your poses, hitting your shots, everything like that. So that's very, very important. Make sure that you're sticking with easily digested foods that digest well. For most people, that's going to be things like white rice. It's going to be things like tuna, egg whites, chicken breast, wild caught fish, things like that. So now let's get into water. So water is your body's most precious resource. When you restrict water, what does your body do? It is going to cause water retention as a defense mechanism. It's basically going to say, hey, this is our body's most precious resource. We're not getting enough of it. We're going to hold on to it for dear life, and you're going to retain water. So what you want to do is all the way up until your show, until you're 1 day out from your show, you want to be drinking water like there's no tomorrow. Because basically what that's going to happen is your body is going to be flushing all that water out of your system. And then what you do is 1 day before your show, you stop drinking water. And what happens is basically your body's going like, whoa, we're getting all this water, we're gonna flush it out, we're gonna flush it out, we're gonna flush it out. Then you stop drinking water. It's still in that flushing out stage, but because you're only stopping it 1 day before your show, it's still gonna be flushing out, and those the water retention hormones, antidiuretic and ADH, those aren't gonna have time to kick in until after your competition. So what I would say is that, let's say your photo shoot or whatever is Sunday morning, I would drink water like there's no tomorrow up until about Friday at noon, roughly 24 hours, and then stop drinking. And what you're going to notice is that you're going to be peeing just like you were when you're drinking all that water, but you're not consuming any water, so you're not replenishing that, and then you're going to flush all that water out of your body. So the last thing is sodium. Again, when it comes to manipulating sodium and potassium, this is very, very complicated. We're going to get in that in the intermediate and advanced peak week protocols. But very, very simple, what I will say is that if you're just a beginner, what I would do is keep sodium, keep potassium, keep all those sorts of foods the same, your entire thing, and then when you cut water, roughly 24 hours, also cut your sodium. Because sodium and water go hand in hand. With sodium, you're going to retain water. So about 24 hours before your photo shoot, your competition, whatever, stop drinking water, stop consuming sodium, and you'll notice all your water is just going to go out. So in summary, first you deplete your body of carbs, you do depletion workouts, you follow a low carb diet, Then about 3 days out from your competition, you start carving up, you stop the depletion workouts, you basically just rest. The whole time you're drinking as much water as possible. Sodium, you're not adding it, but you're not eliminating it. You're keeping sodium the same as it was your entire diet. And then 24 hours before your photo shoot, that's when you stop drinking the water and that's when you stop taking the sodium. That is basically the simple beginner's approach to how to peak for your photo shoot, competition, wedding, or anything like that. Last thing I'll say is don't try any sort of stupid voodoo magic pre-contest secrets. All the time I see people do these weird Hail Mary type approaches where they eat nothing but cherry pie filling and all it does is ruin their physique. If you do all this properly, you're going to add about 5 to 10% to your physique. Again, it's all about focusing on trying to land on the bases. Don't try to get a home run. You already look great. You've already been doing the work. You've already been dieting. You've been dieting 16 weeks for the show, or you've been dieting 8 weeks for this photo shoot or whatever. Don't screw it up at the last minute. What you want to do is you want to just do simple changes, basically just do the simple steps that I implemented here. You're going to add 5 to 10% to your physique and you're going to get the results you want at your photo shoot, competition, or wedding. This is Peak Week Protocols. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you found that video helpful.